BMAX Audio Adventure, another episode of BJJ 365. Today, I'm planning on taking questions from listeners. This is actually, I guess, questions from Instagram users. So Instagram has this new feature on their stories where you can say, ask me a question, kind of like the old ask.fm, if you remember that. But anyway, I got a lot of questions, and I probably got 300 questions here, so we may have podcast content for the next 200,000 years. I couldn't get to them all on Instagram. It was really time consuming trying to answer them that way. So I thought I might try to do it this way. All right. This is from Teddy_Tort on Instagram. He says, what's your favorite position for crushing souls? Great question. Crushing souls is one of my favorite things in jiu-jitsu. I don't like crushing souls of people I love, outside of jiu-jitsu. But in jiu-jitsu, I would say that the mounted spider web is my favorite position to crush souls and get a submission immediately because of it. But really, top half guard is my favorite jiu-jitsu position. I like to get to top half and just slowly grind your soul into the dirt. So either of those two positions, I would say, is my favorite. All right, moving on. Onward. This is Dustin Wallace. Most effective takedown. So he's got a two-part question. What's your most effective takedown, and what is your favorite guard pass? All right, so most effective takedowns for me. It's really important to note that I suck at wrestling and judo. Terrible. Straight up garbage. However, I have spent a lot of time working on one or two takedowns because I didn't want to be, completely inept. So I got a pretty decent arm drag, which can turn into a single. I don't ever turn it into a single, though. I just try to jump the back from there or whatever. But the best takedown, like I guess traditionally thinking about a takedown that I have, is definitely my low single, which I just straight lifted from a guy named John Smith. If you don't know who John Smith is, he's one of the greatest wrestlers in American history. And he has an awesome set called How Low Can You Go? And it's completely devoted to this one takedown. It's one of my favorite grappling instructionals that's ever been released. There's no jiu-jitsu on it. But what I love about the low single is it doesn't really happen in like a traditional wrestling range. It feels like jiu-jitsu to me. I'm a wuss. I'm not trying to get in there and do all that hard work that comes with wrestling. So when I saw the low single and when I started exploring that, I fell in love with it. And learning about the low single has actually benefited my regular jiu-jitsu tremendously. So I couldn't possibly recommend that DVD set to you more highly. John Smith, How Low Can You Go? Work on that low single. And then Dustin's other question is, what is your favorite guard pass? I like to get to top half and eat your face. So anything that happens from the top half guard, I like it. All right. Lucas Wilhan? Wilhan. There's an L in there. Lucas Wilhan, LucasWilhan. Can I see more of that lazy deep half guard from you? Indeed, you can. I have a website called www.brandonmc.ninja where you can dive into it and kind of see some of the stuff I like to do from that position. I call it the lazy X. It's kind of a staging point in between the X guard and the deep half guard. And I launch from there the ham sandwich. I like to launch the waiter sweep from there. I will try to get some more stuff up there for you. That is one of my favorite guards to play, and there's not a ton of there is material on my website about it, but there isn't a lot on there. So I think there's only like one or two classes. So I'll try to get some more of that stuff up there for you, Lucas. All right. Largo Tattoo says, I've never practiced jiu-jitsu before, but only watching your videos, I'm in love with it. Oh, well, hello. That wasn't much of a question, but I love you too. All right, moving on. This is Josh. Can you do a reading of your favorite parts of the Book of Five Rings in a Brazilian accent? Yes, I will do that soon. I will do that for you, and I'll send it to you privately. Terrence says, have you ever plateaued in BJJ? And if so, how did you get past it? So that's a great question, man. And the truth is, I've plateaued multiple times at each belt level, and I think that's normal. The best way to get past a plateau is to just keep training, bro. Like, you're going to do that. Like, let's just take, like, weight loss, for instance. You know, outside of the realm of jiu-jitsu, weight loss. You lose 10 pounds or you lose 5 pounds, and then your body's like, no, I'm not losing anymore. But if you'll keep pushing through that and just keep with good habits, then you start losing weight again, and then your body stops, and then you push through, and then you start again. You know, it's the same thing with jiu-jitsu or anything that you're trying to do. You're definitely going to hit plateaus. You're definitely going to hit moments where, you know, you just feel like, man, I'm not growing, and you start to get discouraged. And that's normal, dude. That's totally normal. Everybody does that, and you're going to do it at every belt level. Just keep going. And, you know, if you need to change up your routines a little bit, change them up, but don't stop. You know, that's where most people fall apart, and that's why most people don't get good, to be honest with you. They hit a plateau, and they get all sad sack. Oh, I'm not, that's pity party stuff. I'm not getting better. I just can't, I'm not getting jiu-jitsu. It's too hard. Well, that's why you're going to be a loser. At least at jiu-jitsu. And I bet if you think that way in your jiu-jitsu, you're going to be thinking about the other parts of your life that way. Well, I've hit a plateau in my marriage. I just don't feel like we're in love anymore. Well, dude, yeah, sometimes that kind of stuff happens. You know, you don't have to feel like you're not in love anymore necessarily, but just keep pushing. Keep pushing. And you're going to get past it. And what you're going to find, you're going to get on the other side, and you're going to have a moment of tremendous growth as a result of the consistent effort. That's the trick. Excellence is on the other side of consistent effort. In fact, I think that's what excellence is. It's just consistency and discipline. You may never actually grab excellence, but I believe excellence is the journey. Consistency and discipline. That's my answer for you, Terrence. Can you show your best triangle escape? Henry. You know what, man? I'm going to give you an answer that you're going to hate, because I hated it when Carlos Machado gave it to me. The first jiu-jitsu seminar that I ever went to as a white belt, I was like, Carlos, can you show me a triangle escape? And he goes, oh, the best triangle escape is to never get caught in a triangle. Ha, 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 ha. And then he moved on to the next question. And, dude, I was so frustrated with that answer. I thought it was a cop-out at the time. But now I understand that it was the best answer. So I'm going to give you the same answer that Carlos gave me. Don't work on triangle escapes. Work on your posture, work on your positioning, work on your hand placement, work on your passing, and stop getting caught in triangles. All right, let me move on. I got a bunch of them. I'm only going to do 2 more. In a street fight, who would win, boxing versus MMA? Don't care. Couldn't care less. All right, next one. How do you prevent the darce when you're going for lockdown sweeps? That's a solid question. This is Ryan Snyder's. How do you prevent the darce when you're going for lockdown sweeps? Darce prevention is 1,000,000,000% about posture. It's not a trick. There's not a move that you do to stay out of darces. Like, well, when I do this, I don't get caught in darces. No, it's nothing like that. The trick to staying out of darces, guillotine chokes, all that stuff. People grab my head all the time. And remember, I've got a fusion in my neck, right? I have a disc fusion, C6 and C7. And I constantly hear, man, your posture is so good. You must have a really strong neck. Bro, I've got the weakest neck. It's not about having a strong neck. It's not about having a trick. It's about having good posture. And posture is made through your chest and the alignment of your spine. You got to get your hips, your chest, your posture involved in this thing. You know what, man? I want you to go back and watch the match between Gary Tonin and Richie Martinez at EBI. I think may have been like at EBI 1. It was an early EBI 1, 2, or 3, something like that. Richie Martinez has one of the baddest darces on the planet. He is unbelievable. When he catches your neck, you want to die instantly. And you've seen his last 2 combat jiu-jitsu matches. Darce, boom! Darce, bam! And the last one, he caught Bobby Emmons in that Darce, and as soon as he caught it, Emmons was choking. Brutal Darce chokes. But watch that match between him and Tonin. Boogie gets Tonin locked up in that Japanese necktie position from half. And Tonin, he doesn't do any tricks. He doesn't do any special moves. He just has beautiful, excellent, outstanding posture. And he was able to fight off and defend himself against that Darce and ultimately win that match. Even though he had Boogie in a position that I guarantee you that's exactly where Richie wanted to be. So all respect to Gary Tonin and to Richie Martinez. Of course, Richie's one of my closest friends in 10th Planet. So I'm not offering like an undue criticism there. He knows that his Darce is legit, but posture is definitely the way to live through a Darce. At least survive it or get better at surviving it. Cool. All right, I got so many questions. I may do that on Saturday and Sunday as well. Just jump on here and answer questions. If you've got questions, shoot them to me. I'm happy to try to answer them. It's way easier for me to answer them on the podcast than it is for me to sit down and type out the answers on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys. Don't forget to follow Toehold on Instagram, TOE_HOLD. They're doing a free pair of flip-flops. If you want to get entered to win the customized, personalized flip-flops from Toehold that they're giving away every month to listeners of this podcast, the way you enter, you screenshot either the podcast app on iTunes that you're listening to us with, so like screenshot that you're listening to the podcast, and then tag Toehold and me, and then share it on your social media. If you'll do that, we're saving all those screenshots. You'll be entered to win a pair of flip-flops from Toehold. So thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to check out my website, www.brandonmc.ninja, plus my new rubber guard set from BJJ Fanatics. You can hit that up at bjjfanatics.com. Love you guys. Can't wait to see what your next questions are. And I appreciate everybody tremendously. Thank you.